skills I have. My role in this is to establish the entity, and those of you who came to the stakeholder meetings heard this, to establish the entity to get this project really moving. We are a small board. I believe we've got the skills on the board at the moment to do the job, although we'll be looking for a replacement for Alfred because he's going somewhere else.
We don't want to.
That's okay. As far as I know, Alfred was actually supported by the community, and I can only listen to what the community representatives say, and a number of you came to the stakeholder meetings. We had something like 8 stakeholder meetings, and many of you came to more than one of them. There are people I recognise in the room here. And they were, I thought, relatively productive meetings, given some of the enormous challenges that we are facing in this community.
Can I ask you a question? Lee, what did you hear? What did you hear in the room? What were some key things that you heard?
I have to say I heard a lot of confusing and sometimes statements that were in opposition to each other, and a lot of things that I know.
Right?
Take them seriously.
We've got people with their hands up.
I do.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, to the young lady at the back,
Excuse me.
I do take the local residents seriously, and those people who came to the meetings will know that.
You are laughing at us. Don't expect the same
Yvonne,
respect if you're not going to give it
what I
out.
like is the young people who are from the outside looking in. We had 3 people with their hands up. That's the order which they will be given.
Don't laugh at us.
And when, because people did not interject. People did not interject. People did not interject. You just please. So, it is serious. So it is serious. So let's.
And laughed at us. You didn't see it. She sat there. She smirked.
I have been sitting here the whole time and watching it through. So what we're going to do is I asked a question about what she heard. She's given a response.
Okay. So what I heard was a lot of differing information. Some of it was not true. Some of it was misinformation. Some people clearly have interpreted things in a way that is not the way that they were said. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Yvonne, we have tried to explain to you that the interim board took over on June the 2nd this year. As far as I know, nobody who came to those meetings was paid to come. I don't think anybody was paid to come.
Yvonne,
it is a different organisation. Yvonne, it is a different organisation.
we're here to listen. So let's go to a question, please. Go to a question.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Yep.
You mentioned something about talking about meeting in our community. When you came to our community, you didn't tell us all this shit you give it to us now. You're telling us a different story. Renew the house for the safety of our children. You've never managed anything about moving people out from the area.
I have to answer that. I'm not involved with housing.
Now you managed something.
And I'm sure that in a few minutes, Graham will be able to answer that. But I can't answer that because we don't, the Tamaki Transformation Project does not, the interim board, does not have any
You should know this.
control
You should tell the
over
community what's going on there.
Housing New Zealand at the moment. We will have some of those projects in
So what I think over here is that Lee has heard tonight that there's clearly people being moved on.
Yes, I've heard that.
Were you aware of that before?
Yes, I did know that people were being temporarily or otherwise relocated while some of the houses are building.
Okay, we have a question here. We have a question. We have a legitimate question.
Okay, so you're saying that we've been consulted. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that we've
I'll
been
repeat
consulted?
what I said. The interim board of the Tamaki Transformation Project
Yep.
held a number of stakeholder meetings and a number of people.
Hey guys,
I understand that those meetings were well advertised and a number of people in this room attended more than one of those meetings. Some people attended.
Well, I can tell you this. When you And when you say that you're not part of them, you just said something about TCP. When your organisation organised a meeting, who would come to a meeting 48 hours prior to the meeting? We never even advertised